There I was, poised on the precipice of physical transformation, or at least that's how I was trying to frame it in my mind. The reality was, I was just incredibly nervous. Just inside the glass doors, a barrier between my sedentary lifestyle and the promise of a fitter future. The cool air conditioning hit me, a stark contrast to the humid anxiety I was generating. Of EOS Fitness, a name that sounds like a villain's lair than a gym. Seriously, who names a fitness center after a titan of Greek mythology? It felt less like a place for self-improvement and more like the headquarters of someone plotting world domination through perfectly sculpted abs. The air was a mix of a potent cocktail that assaulted my senses the moment I stepped inside, rubber, the kind that speaks of heavy weights and serious effort, cleaning spray, a valiant attempt to mask the underlying musk of exertion, and the metallic tang of effort, that unmistakable aroma of iron being pushed to its limits by sheer willpower. It was intimidating, to say the least. I wore ancient basketball shorts, relics from a bygone era when I actually played basketball, and a blood donor t-shirt, a garment I usually reserved for painting or other messy activities, hoping to look athletic. The logic was questionable, but I was grasping at straws. Maybe, just maybe, someone would mistake me for a seasoned athlete on a day off. My plan: get in, unnoticed, get fit, miraculously get out before anyone noticed I had no idea what I was doing. It was a flawless strategy in theory. I was clueless, utterly, completely, and hopelessly clueless. The front desk guy, a mountain of muscle barely contained by a polo shirt, grunted at me, a sound that could have been mistaken for a small earthquake. A welcome, I think, or maybe a warning. It was hard to tell. In the locker room, a sterile environment of metal and echoing footsteps, I put my single car key, the only item of value I possessed at that moment, in a locker, feeling a bit like I was checking my dignity at the door, and pretended to look busy, fiddling with the lock like I was defusing a bomb. Out on the gym floor, a vast expanse of iron and ambition, it felt like another planet, a world populated by beings far superior to myself. Everyone moving with purpose, a symphony of grunts and clanging weights, except me. I was the lone instrument playing out of tune. I started with the treadmill, figuring it was the least intimidating option. How hard could walking be? A question I would soon regret asking. I pressed go with a confidence I definitely didn't feel, and tried to look casual, like I belonged there, like I wasn't about to be ejected from the back of the machine at any moment, but felt like a lab rat, trapped in an endless loop of synthetic scenery. After 10 minutes, which felt like an eternity, of awkward power walking, a bizarre hybrid of strolling and frantic escape, I braved the weight machines, a decision I immediately regretted. The labyrinth of gains, a bewildering array of levers, pulleys, and intimidating metal. I picked a chest press, hoping it was as straightforward as it looked. Set the weight, choosing a number that seemed both challenging and not likely to cause immediate injury, and nothing. Absolutely nothing. The handles wouldn't budge. They were as immovable as a stubborn mule. A guy nodded, a gesture that could have been pity or amusement. It was hard to decipher at a yellow safety lever, a bright beacon of my own incompetence. Of course, there was a safety, defeated by a safety. My nemesis was not iron, but plastic. My journey to gym greatness, a path I had envisioned paved with sweat and triumph, was off to a roaring start. A start so roaring, it was practically silent with failure. The next morning dawned, not with the usual promise of a fresh start, but with a stark reminder of the previous day's enthusiasm. I woke up feeling like, well, let's just say my body was staging a full-blown rebellion. Every muscle fiber seemed to be screaming in unison. I'd been hit by a bus, or perhaps a small army of tiny, angry weightlifters. The soreness was profound, a deep ache that resonated with every movement. Hello, delayed onset muscle soreness, the unwelcome guest that always crashes the party after a particularly intense workout. Or DOMS, as it's more commonly known. The acronym itself sounds ominous, doesn't it? A harbinger of pain and stiffness. Getting out of bed transformed from a simple act into a Herculean effort. It was a 10-minute slow-motion sequence of winces and groans, a groaning ordeal that tested the limits of my pain tolerance. Each movement was a negotiation with my protesting muscles. Walking downstairs? That was a whole new level of challenge. I went backward like some sort of crab awkwardly navigating its terrain, clinging to the railing for dear life, each step a precarious dance between gravity and muscle fatigue. Despite the pain, the throbbing, the constant reminder of my overzealous workout, I knew I had to go back. The siren call of the gym was surprisingly strong because every fitness article, every online forum, every well-meaning friend said movement was the cure. The only way to alleviate the soreness was to inflict more movement upon the already suffering muscles. So I shuffled into the gym, a wounded warrior returning to the battlefield, avoiding every machine that even remotely resembled the ones that had betrayed me and led me down this path of agonizing soreness. The elliptical seemed gentle, almost apologetic, but 20 minutes felt like an eternity, a slow, grinding march through gliding to nowhere, a testament to my suffering. Soreness became my constant companion, a shadow that followed me through every activity. Sneezing hurt, a sharp, stabbing pain that threatened to tear my abs asunder. Laughing was dangerous, a risky endeavor that could result in crippling spasms. But weirdly, amidst all the discomfort and inconvenience, the pain was a badge, a strange sort of trophy of honor, a testament to my dedication, or perhaps my stupidity. Proof I'd done something, proof that I had pushed myself, even if perhaps a little too far. By week's end, the worst was over. The soreness faded, like a retreating army, to a dull ache, a distant memory of the DOMS apocalypse. I could walk and lift milk without wincing like a normal person, a functioning member of society once more. It felt like a victory, a hard-won battle against my own body. I survived the DOMS apocalypse and emerged stronger, wiser, and slightly more cautious. I returned to the chest press, no longer intimidated, remembered the safety lever, a crucial detail I had overlooked before, and felt like a seasoned vet, ready to tackle any challenge the gym threw my way. I wasn't a liability anymore, a danger to myself and others. I was learning, absorbing knowledge like a sponge, eager to improve. And I was coming back, ready for whatever the gym and DOMS had in store for me. With the soreness gone, a new challenge appeared. What do I actually do here? My routine was chaos. I'd pick random machines and try to copy the stick figure diagrams, often hilariously wrong. Enter my savior, YouTube. I'd sneak into a corner, watch how to use lat pull-down videos, and then strut over like I knew what I was doing. My workouts became covert ops, phone in hand, building a plan on the fly. I noticed others doing the same. Quick glances, silent camaraderie. Gradually, I learned about workout splits and structure. I wasn't just flailing anymore. I had a plan. The era of machine roulette was over. After a month, I was frustrated. No dramatic changes in the mirror. I nearly quit, convinced the promise of quick results was a scam. Then, carrying all my groceries in one trip, I realized this felt easy. The change wasn't visible, but it was real. My body just worked better. That small win shifted my mindset. I stopped obsessing over the mirror and started noticing non-scale victories. Less back pain, more energy, better sleep. These weren't Instagram worthy, but they mattered. I started tracking my workouts. Every set, every rep, every weight. My dumbbell press went from 15 to 25 pounds in a month. Progress wasn't huge, but it was measurable. For the first time, I believed this is actually working. The grind was paying off. I kept going. By month 2, something shifted. The initial intimidation began to fade, replaced by a sense of growing comfort. The gym felt less alien, less like a foreign land filled with strange equipment and even stranger customs. It was becoming more familiar, a place where I could navigate the machines without a map and maybe, just maybe, start to feel like I belonged. The biggest change? It wasn't the equipment or the layout or even my increasing strength. It was the people. The other souls who, like me, were showing up day after day chasing their own fitness goals. At first, I treated the gym like a library, a place for solitary pursuits where interaction was discouraged and silence was golden. Like a library, a sanctuary of personal focus. Headphones on, a shield against the outside world, a barrier to any potential connection. Eyes down, avoiding eye contact, lost in my own little world of reps and sets. But slowly, almost imperceptibly, I started recognizing regulars. Those familiar faces that populated the gym landscape. The old guy, always on the treadmill, rain or shine, a testament to consistency. The leg press queen, who could probably press a small car, a symbol of unwavering strength. The hoodie guy, perpetually shrouded in mystery, a silent observer of the gym's daily drama. The head nod, that subtle acknowledgement, that silent greeting, it became my first social breakthrough, a tiny crack in the wall of isolation I had built around myself. A silent, mutual respect, a shared understanding of the grind. And slowly, tentatively, I felt like I belonged, like I was becoming part of something bigger than myself. Then, one fateful day, Someone actually spoke to me. Someone asked if I wanted to work in, a phrase I'd never heard before, but one that would change my gym experience forever. On the squat rack, the holy grail of gym equipment, the domain of the serious lifters. I had no idea what that meant. I had absolutely no idea what that meant, but I was too embarrassed to ask. So naturally, I said yes. Turns out, it was incredibly simple. You just alternate sets, sharing the equipment and the space. It was simple, a basic act of gym etiquette. And suddenly, the gym didn't seem so scary anymore. The super fit people, the ones I had previously viewed with awe and a touch of fear, weren't intimidating. They were just people sharing the same space, working towards their goals. I even helped a newbie, a fresh face struggling with the complexities of gym equipment. Adjust a machine, showing them the ropes, passing on the knowledge I had gained. Full circle, from clueless newbie to helpful guide. I went from needing help, constantly seeking guidance and reassurance, to giving it, offering a helping hand to those just starting their journey. The gym became something different, something more. A place of shared effort, a collective pursuit of health and well-being. Not intimidation, but inspiration. Not isolation, but connection. I was part of something, part of the community, part of the gym family. The social thaw was real, tangible, and transformative. It was real, it was authentic. I wasn't just surviving in this environment, gritting my teeth and pushing through the discomfort. I was connecting, building relationships, finding common ground, and sharing experiences, and it felt good, really good. 6 weeks in, I hit a wall, a plateau. Progress stalled, weights felt just as heavy, and I stopped getting sore. I tried to push harder, got sloppy, and tweaked my shoulder. Frustration set in. I dreaded workouts. YouTube to the rescue again. I learned about progressive overload, switching up exercises, and the importance of rest and nutrition. My body needed a new challenge. I swapped machines for free weights, changed rep ranges, and paid attention to food. It was like learning a new gym dialect. The plateau didn't break overnight, but variety brought back soreness and slow progress. I realized plateaus aren't failure. They're a sign to level up. I adapted, and the numbers started creeping up again. The journey continued. 2.5 months in, I'd learned the gym's unspoken rules. Rule 1, re-rack your weights. Leaving them out is a cardinal sin. Rule 2, respect personal space. Don't block the mirror or crowd someone mid-lift. Rule 3, ask, are you using that? If you're unsure. Most people are cool about it. Don't camp on machines scrolling TikTok. Do your set, move on. The biggest lesson? Nobody's watching you. Everyone's focused on their own workout, not your form. The ripped guy is admiring his own triceps, not judging you. Realizing this was liberating. I stopped being self-conscious. I moved with confidence. The gym became less intimidating. I finally felt at home. On day 90, something clicked. Going to the gym wasn't a decision anymore, it was automatic. The habit loop had closed. Cue, routine, reward. The real transformation wasn't physical, it was internal. Day 1, me was anxious. Day 90, me was confident. I knew my routine, my form, my weights, no phone required. The gym became stress relief, not stress. Progress was about quality, not just numbers. I developed a mind-muscle connection. Each rep felt intentional. The process became the motivation. I started to enjoy the grind. The goal was just showing up. Day 91. No trophy, no parade, just another Tuesday. The 90-day mark wasn't a finish line. It was when the training wheels came off. The gym was now part of my identity. The biggest lesson? Progress is slow, and that's okay. There's no overnight montage, just small, steady wins. You notice change when you look back, not day to day. The real competition is with yourself, not others. Some days are hard, some lifts feel impossible, but you keep showing up. Survive the first month. Awkwardness, soreness, confusion. Don't worry about being perfect. Just show up, then show up again. Celebrate small wins like learning a new machine. The 90-day transformation isn't about your body. It's about making the gym familiar. It's about turning a chore into a habit. That's the change that lasts. And that's why I'll be back tomorrow.